So I've just taken my ZX10 out for a quick black because I haven't used it in a few weeks, and I went from a 6-speed bike to a 1-speed bike. I got halfway to my destination and I couldn't find any more gears again. So after I found a gear, I kept it in that gear and rode it all the way home like that. Fortunately, it's pretty doable on a bike like this. I'm home now, so now I need to figure out what's going on. I would say that the pin holding my selector shaft, so my shift lever is, there we go, so selects a gear but then it just goes, so there's the culprit. That spline might actually be stuffed. Well then, that's looking very munted, and that spline is also looking very munted, so now I have to figure out what manner of butchery it's going to take to get this to function as a gear selector again. As we can see under the lights of the workshop, there really isn't much spline left in this aluminium arm, so I'm going to have to go through my parts bin and see if I can find another one of these. Now I'm sure I've got a ZX6R, one of those shifters somewhere. Sure. Oh, there it is. It's not the same. It's pretty similar. Okay, ghetto solution time. I need a thread like that to thread into my existing ZX10R shifter assembly, but the ZX6R one has the opposite. So what I think I'm going to do is cut the left hand thread off one of these bent ZX6R shift arms, cut that short, thread that onto there, and then that will give me an exposed piece of thread that I can thread my shifter linkage from the ZX10 into. That will give me a viable solution. So this thread is the same as the ZX10R thread, so this hypothesis might actually play out. Of course, the big stumbling block is this totally munted selector shaft thread, but I'll consider this a bit of a sacrificial lamb. If I have to hammer it on, then so be it. And just like that, I have my solution. There's plenty of thread pitch left in that to wind on the ZX10R shifter. I'll just cantilever it over a bit like that to compensate for the extra length. And once I hammer this on, I should be cooking with gas. That looks pretty good. Feels nice and positive. It's not going to bind, even though it's sticking out a lot further. Excellent. Alright, it's time to wrap this episode up. I've put the ZX6R shifter arm onto my ZX10. It's all worked out. I had to hammer it on before I bolted it up, but everything works. Road test was a-okay. Hopefully only minor dramas like this from now on will be great.